everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Flora. On here I talk about my life experiences. I show you guys my life experiences living in the UK. In today's video I'm going to be talking about how to successfully relocate to the UK. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just swipe straight into this video. So yeah, the number one thing I want to say is if you're moving from one country to another, or in this case obviously because I speak about my life in the UK and UK a lot, and if you're going to be relocating to the UK, I think it's important for you to do your research. And what I mean by that is knowing exactly where you want to live in that particular country. For example, the UK is made up of 4 countries. So we have Wales, we have Northern Ireland, we have England, and we have Scotland. So if you're going to be coming to the UK, you need to decide whereabout do I want to live in the UK. And even in these countries that I've mentioned, you need to think about cities, because some cities are more expensive than others. Yeah, some places are cheaper than others. Some places have more job opportunities than others. Some places have more ethnic minorities than others. If you're kind of person that you can't eat other kind of food and you only have to eat the type of food that you're familiar with, then you might want to move to a bigger city or very close to a bigger city where you can buy or you can get those kind of foods that you're familiar with. And obviously, like I said, job opportunities, house prices are more expensive in some areas than others. So think about those things. Google is your friend. Google is like everybody's best friend. Like, Google it, ask questions. If you have relatives that live in the UK, ask them. Yeah, and just like I say, be well informed. I know that you can't get all of the information that you need, but you can get majority of the information that you need that would help you in that transitioning process, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the first point I'm going to say. Number 2 point I'm going to give is, I think you have to be willing to work. If you haven't even done your visa or anything like that, if you're just thinking about it, just thinking, oh, this is something I want to do in the near future, you have to be prepared to work. If you're not a hard-working type, I don't think you can survive in the UK climate. When I say you have to prepare to work, I mean you have to prepare to do any type of job, because sometimes our expectation might not necessarily meet our reality. So you might expect something and then you get to the other side of the road and you're like, whoa, I'm a bit selective, I can't do this, I can't. If you're very selective, you might not. If you're not hardworking, I don't want to say use the word selective, because some people that are actually selective can end up, doing what they want to do. But if you're not hardworking, I don't think you can survive in the UK climate. Now, if you're too selective, I don't think you can work in the UK climate. Let me just put that out there vaguely. But yeah, that's what I think, personal opinion. I would say it's also important to have somebody that can provide you with a character reference. It will be useful. It will be really handy to have. If you have an employer reference, it'd be really useful to have someone that can give you that. But I'd say equally, it's always good to have someone that can give you a character reference. The reason I say that is whatever job that you're applying for in the UK, even if it's as casual or even if it's as little as applying to be a cleaner, they always want a reference from you, either employer's reference or character reference. So it's always nice to have someone that can always give you that, because you're going to need that if you're applying for a job in this country. So that's one thing I think that a lot of people don't take into consideration, but it'll be nice. I mean, you don't have to, like, it'll be just nice to know someone that can give you a character reference, so someone that can say, oh, I've known this person for a good 2 years, 3 years, and they're hardworking, they're reliable, they are committed, they are hardworking. Just someone to just say something nice about you, if that makes sense. Someone that's worked with you in the past, or someone that you've worked for in the past, or someone that you've worked with, a work colleague. Even if you don't know them on a personal level, as long as you've worked with them before, or you've had some sort of relationship with them, then they'll be good to go. Now, a family member cannot be your character reference. A family member cannot give you a reference, so it has to be someone that isn't a family member. Yeah, so that's everything I've said. I think is important to plan, and I think all of what I've been talking about includes the planning process. But I just want to add this. I think it's important, if you can, if you can, I think it's important to actually visit that place. If you're thinking of coming to the UK in the near future, I think it will be a good idea just to come visit, to see what the environment is like. Then you can weigh your pros and cons. I know that when you come visiting, you might not exactly see everything, but it gives you an idea. You then think, oh, can I actually live in this climate? Is it too cold for me? Is it too warm for me? Not like it can never be too warm for you, but you know, do I like the environment? Do I like this city? Do I like the people around? You know, just, I feel like it gives you a rough idea of what you're coming into. Then you're familiar with the money, then you're familiar with the shops, the kind of things they sell, obviously depending on where you visit and what city or what town you visit. But I feel like if you come visit the UK before you come in properly to stay, to live, then I feel like you'd have a good idea, or maybe just a decent idea. You have a decent idea of what the place is like. And yeah, I'd always recommend that you visit the place before you actually relocate fully with your family or whatever. Yeah. So another thing that I want to talk about is finance. This one is really important. This should have even been the top of the list. Ideally, I would say it's better to get a job before you come into the UK. So it's better to have that job waiting for you, so when you come in, it's only a matter of days before you start, or when you come in, you just settle down and then you start working. At least you start getting money into your account. However, if you come into the country before you get a job, then it's gonna be a bit tricky, because you're going to need money coming in. At least you need to feed yourself, you need to feed your family, you need to pay your rent. It's going to be a bit tricky. But if you have like an arrangement before you come into the UK, then I think it would make life a bit easier. So I definitely say have a job before coming, or if you don't have a job before coming, as soon as you arrive, try and get a job, because you're going to need to pay your rent, you're going to need to feed, you're going to need to clothe yourself, etc, etc. Also, I think this is the best time to talk about savings. This is when you're going to need your savings. So in case you get here and you know, you think, oh, I mean, prior to coming here, you think, oh, I'll just get there, I'll apply for a job. In case you get here and it doesn't work out, at least you have something that can sustain you for the time being. So for example, if you come here and like you want to get a job and you don't get that particular job you're looking for, at least before you get the job you're looking for, it would be good to have savings, because that's where you're gonna that's what you're gonna rely on until you actually get a job. And even when you get a job, they don't pay you like the day you get the job. You know, it can probably take a month or two, depending on how quickly or how, you know, the HR department handles your whatever. So what I'm trying to say in essence is you definitely need savings, and this is very important. So if you're thinking of coming to the UK, I can't stress this enough. You need savings, guys. Savings is so key. Savings, savings, savings. So after you've arrived in the UK, or maybe before you come, depending, I think it's important for you to learn the currency. You need to learn the differences between a 2p coin and a 5p coin. I think it will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of embarrassment. It will save you a lot of, I don't know, anxiety even. Because imagine you're at the store, yeah, and you need to pay, and there's a queue behind you, and then the lady's like, okay, then your money is £3.50, and then you can't exactly work out what £3.50 is. I mean, if you have notes, it's easy to just give the £5 and then they give you change, or give £10 and they give you change. But if you don't have notes on you, how are you going to, and you don't understand the coins, it's gonna be a disaster. You just standing there looking, people will probably just be like, why is it, like, people won't even want to know if you're new. So I think just to save yourself the embarrassment, I mean, if you have spare time, look at the coins. We use so many coins in this country. We have about 8 to 9 coins that we use, different types of coins that we use. But the notes are going to be easy because you can always see £5 on the £5 note, £10 on £10 notes. But for the coins, that's going to be a little bit tricky. So if you ask me, I'd say take out, even if it's just a day, just learn all the coins. or even before coming, if you have the opportunity to go on Google and just type in the different type of coins, you know, you probably find something. But yeah, yeah, I'll definitely say take a day. It's gonna be worth it in the end. Take a day and store the coins, save yourself the embarrassment and what have you. So yeah, for someone that has lived in this country for a while, I can tell you for free that information in this country is key. You can literally be living with somebody on the same street and they'll be getting more money, more services than you, if that makes sense. So like, information is key. There's so many things that you might be entitled to that you don't even know you're entitled to. Nobody's gonna come and be like, do you know you're entitled to this, or do you know you can have this? If you don't ask, you don't know. Information in this country is so key. You can be living in the same house with someone and they'll be getting free money, in quotes. There's no such thing as free money anyways, can I just say. But they'll be getting things that you're also eligible for and you're not getting it purely because you haven't applied, or because you don't know how to apply, or because you just don't have the information. So information is key. Information is so key. People lose out on a lot of things because they don't have that information. And I would say it's always a good idea if you have a friend or family that already lives here, that can show you places, that can tell you things. Maybe for example, oh, how to get your NI, your national insurance number, or how to get on the bus, or the times the buses, you know, come, or where the post office is, or how to send a parcel. I just like basic stuff, you know, that's obviously, yeah, that you need to know for your everyday life. I feel like when you have a family or a friend around, it would help you. And in terms of that knowledge, it help you not to miss out on a lot of things. So if it's anything you're entitled to, you get it because your friend has told you about it. So if you have a friend or family, not necessarily to rely on them financially, it would be a good idea to speak to them. This is not the time to be having enemies. If you're coming to the UK, you need friends. You need people that will give you information. This is not time to be saying, oh yeah, I'll show her that I can come to this country. You'll be there. If I were you, lay low, ask, be friends, like beg for the information if possible, because information in this country, if you don't get anything from this video, information in this country is key. There are a lot of things that I myself have been entitled to, but because I can't be bothered to fill in the form, I can't be bothered to think about, I missed out. So information in this country is key. If you have the information in this country, you're good to go. But yeah, so when you come in, this is not the time to segregate yourself from the family members or extended family members. This is the time to draw close to them, ask them things, because you need directions. And when you get it right the first time, is always better. I told you so. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is language. Now, you don't have to have the accent. You don't have to be fluent in English, but I feel like if you understand English and you're able to communicate your needs, or you're just able to communicate, you'll be okay. I feel like you should at least know how to speak English. You don't have to know all the verbs and all the pronouns, and just be able to like say a few things, you know. It would go a long way. I think it's important to know the language. It saves you a whole lot, because anybody you ask for any directions or any information, they'll speak English to you. So if you then don't understand English, how are you going to survive in the UK? It's almost impossible. The language is key. I feel like you should at least know how to speak English or understand a few things in English language, because you're going to struggle if you don't know how to, or maybe have an interpreter with you. But then that means you can't do anything without an interpreter with you. It's going to be a bit tricky. So if you have the time, I'd say learn the language. You don't have to know. You don't have to be able to speak with the accent. You just need to understand English and be able to communicate your needs, and you're good to go. So yeah, that one I'd highly recommend. If you have spare time, just learn the English language, because you're coming to an English country and you'll be good to go. Yeah. when you finally arrive the country, I think it's important for you to walk around. It's not everybody that offers you a lift you jump. No, walk around the environment. Know the street that is next to your street. Know the street that is after your street. Know the street that is across the road. Walk around, see where the bus stops are, see where the post office is, see where the hospital is, see where the corner store is. Like, just take that time to walk around. Another thing I have to say is you have to know your postcode. If there's anything that you have to know in this country, is your postcode. Even if you don't know your address, know your postcode. Because I know that a lot of countries, I mean, I come from Nigeria, we don't use postcode. So if you're coming from a country like Nigeria where we don't use postcode, and you've come into this country, it's important for you to know your postcode. That is so important, because with your postcode, at least you can get to your street, and then from your street you can locate your house. But if you know your address, if you know the first line of your address and you don't know your postcode, you might that is complicated. You don't want to do that, because you can be living at number 22 Woods Avenue. Number 22 Woods Avenue, there could be a number 22 Woods Avenue in Manchester. There could be a number 22 Woods Avenue in Sheffield. There could be a number 22 Woods Avenue in Nottingham. There could be a number 22 Woods Avenue in Coventry. So you see what I mean? So you have to know your postcode. Your postcode is so important. Know your postcode first, then the first line of your address second. So that's what I'd advise, honestly, because yeah. And walk around your street. Walk around. It's not every time you want to take a taxi. No, just walk around. If possible, take the bus. Obviously, on your first week, I don't know if you'll be able to drive here, but hop on the bus, look around, know places. It would help you. Really, it would help you in the long run. Especially when you start to have visitors and they're stuck, you can say to them, oh, stop by, and then they take the left turn, and then you can direct them to your house, you know. But if you've been doing since you came to the country is hopping from one taxi to another, you won't be able to direct anyone to go. I mean, I don't know, maybe you would, but I feel like it's important to just walk around, just so you know the environment. So yeah. And last but not the least, if you ever get discouraged, always think about the reason why you came to the country. If for any reason, because there are going to be reasons, there are going to be days where you just be like, always think about the reason why you wanted to move from the country that you are in to the country that from the country that you were in to the country that you're in now. So just always think about the reason. Why did I want to come to the UK? I know that this is stressing me out, but what was my reason, the main reason of coming to the UK? And then it puts you back to the drawing board, and then you can strategize better and cope differently and cope better. And yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope it was useful to someone watching me. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.